AAA sanctioned races in Uniontown, Pennsylvania from 1914 to 1922. From 1904 to 1955, the American Automobile Association sanctioned championship races in America. When Carl Laemmle donated the 3-foot-tall solid silver Universal Film Trophy for an annual race to Uniontown Speedway, one of the terms was that the races were sanctioned by AAA.
Thank you. My name is Pete Secret, and I am from the south of the Mason-Dixon line, West Virginia. And I collect racing memorabilia, and I'm into all sorts of racing, not just one type. I got kind of interested in board track because of you. I bought one of your books. I'd heard about board tracks before, but never really knew the story. And the way you tell it is something that if you haven't bought the books, you need to. Racing hasn't changed much. You know, you go back to the turn of the century. Back then, there was it's sanctioned by NASCAR, by World of Outlaws, and Lucas Oil. Back then, it was sanctioned by AAA, which is a huge organization. Same AAA we know today, when it was back then. They took a hold of racing. And basically they did because they were for the car people. They wanted to make, the cars were arguing with the horse and buggies. So that was what it was all about, and that's why AAA got into it. The board tracks came, and when they came hard. Jack Prince was a master at building. He built most of them.
The AAA had tracks adhere to specific rules for safety and competitive fairness. The cars had to be certain designs and weights, and the engines couldn't be over a certain size depending on the race that is going on. The surface had specifications, as did measurements, the diameters of tracks, and the degree of the banking mattered. The steep banking was actually created to cut down on cars flipping. They also had certain race schedules to keep things organized. You had to stay on schedule, the starter, the length of the race and everything. Drivers also had to be licensed by AAA. In 1919, at the Uniontown Speedway, Tommy Milton's car caught on fire and he got really severely burnt. The track finally got the money together to repair Death's Curve, which they did. Well, AAA sent Tommy Milton to inspect the track, and Tommy was on his honeymoon, driving a new Marmon. He spent a night or two in Uniontown, or at the Summit Hotel, rather, and inspected the track and gave it an A-OK. Once AAA gave the okay that the Uniontown Speedway Death's Curve was in good shape, Henry Ford and 2,000 Chamber of Commerce members and agricultural groups were on a tour, and they stopped for a couple of nights, staying at the Summit Hotel and visiting the Speedway, checking out the new way to improve surfaces for the board tracks. AAA and Henry Ford fought hard for everyday drivers.
August morning, they tried it that way. A husky young fellow put a rope over his shoulder, and Henry Ford called, "Let's go."